up, y'all? Crisco here. Hope y'all are doing great. Last night's Super Bowl um, was a tough one. Uh, didn't turn out the way we wanted to if you were pulling for the Bengals. So, tonight, I'm making this video called 4 Reasons Why Bengals Fans Should Be Extremely Excited for Next Season. Now, let me tell you all a bit about myself before we start talking about this and rehash on what a great season it was for the Cincinnati Bengals. So, obviously, I'm sure you can tell that I'm from Louisiana. The teams that I follow are LSU, and when it comes to pro football, it's New Orleans Saints. So, you know, I'm going to tell you, over here in Louisiana, we love our LSU Tigers, we love our Saints, and, we pull for our players that come through LSU. Joe Burrow was a very special player that came over here, and we were very glad to have him. I believe he will always be a great LSU Tiger for us. So let's rehash on some of these things on this season. Last night, the reason I'm making this video, last night we kind of ended this thing the wrong way. I was upset, just like you guys. Was pulling for those Bengals and came so close. And I did a lot of thinking today, and I said, you know what? We got to end this thing the right way. So let's go over some of the highlights for this season. Okay, let me see here. I had to write all this stuff down. Okay, so I want to start by saying this. 2 years ago, the Cincinnati Bengals had the worst team record-wise in the NFL. 2 wins, 14 losses, which allowed the Bengals to have the number 1 overall pick. And with that pick, they took Joe Burrow, quarterback, Louisiana State University. Now, last season, Burrow went down, had that injury, and the Bengals went 4-11. So this year, you guys went from the worst team in the NFL, and I want you to keep this in perspective, to losing the Super Bowl by 3 points. The Cincinnati Bengals were the worst team in the NFL 2 years ago and came within 3 points of being Super Bowl champions. So I want to talk about the playoff games. The Bengals hosted the Raiders. First playoff game at home in 31 years. To put that in perspective, that means that there are a lot of Bengals fans out there that had never seen the Bengals in the playoffs, host a playoff game. First playoff win in 31 years, should I say. First playoff win in 31 years. So you had the Bengals won that game against the Raiders. So the Bengals went and traveled the next week against the number 1 seed Tennessee Titans. Up to this point, the Cincinnati Bengals hadn't even won a playoff game on the road. And went over there and pulled off the win, 19-16. Well, at this point, the Bengals' miraculous season continues on and play the Kansas City Chiefs. This whole week, man, I had been hearing so much stuff. Down 21-3 at halftime, those Cincinnati Bengals just kept on fighting. Came back and won the game 27-24 to advance to the Super Bowl. So, I want to get to those 4 reasons why you should be very excited. And this really goes out to all you die-hard Bengals fans out there that have been with this team through thick and thin. Number 1, Joe Burrow will always play with a chip on his shoulder. He's got a lot to prove. I really believe that he will take, transferring from Ohio State, and that will always motivate him. The fact that he wasn't supposedly quite good enough to start at Ohio State. came to LSU, and everything happens for a reason there, you know. Number two, you have a young team that's very hungry, and I believe that has unfinished business. Guys like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, kicker McPherson, Joe Mixon, and on and on. Number three, you guys, and this is going to be one that you guys got to really, I think is really cool, because I can remember when the Saints won the Super Bowl back in 2010. I remember before that time, you know, growing up around here, the Saints struggled. That's why I can identify with you guys, and that's why I was pulling so hard, a big reason for you guys as well. But you guys now have a bandwagon, which is a good thing, because the bandwagon means that you're winning, and people want to jump on that bandwagon. And who knows, you may have some fans that actually become lifelong Bengals fans because of the what a great season it was. Okay, so I also want to talk about something real quick on this too, though. The following that you guys have now. So you know it's Mardi Gras season, and I just want to throw this in there that you had a lot of support here in Cajun country in Louisiana. In fact, there were king cakes at the grocery stores decorated in Cincinnati Bengals colors. Just know that, you know, you really have a lot of support, Bengal Nation. Number four, the fourth thing, you guys know what needs to be improved in the off season. You know, the O-line needs to get better. The O-line needs to get addressed. So you guys already know what the weakness is. Through the draft, through free agency, whatever needs to happen. And I just want to say, you know, the best is yet to come for your organization, for your team. And I just want to say you guys should all be very, very proud, Cincinnati Bengals fans, of the season you had. I promise you this. Everybody knows now that you guys are not the Bungles. You guys are the Bengals. Everybody knew last night that who the Bengals were. The Bengals are a team to be reckoned with. And I just want to say congratulations on the great season from Louisiana. Who they? Go Tigers. And who that? Later, y'all.